Alright, what is up, people on YouTube and Twitch, I suppose. If you are watching this live, then if you want to see the full not picture-in-picture, the panel in screen version where I show the full panels, hop on over on Twitch. If not, if you're just watching the VOD, then you can maybe wait for a couple of hours, maybe more, and that version will be available in the description below. Hang on, let me on screen pages version. Here we go, and boom. All right, so last time on Chains, okay, I gotta be honest here. I don't remember much about what really happened last time. My mind has only two things in it, and that is theories and predictions for Dark and memories of Breaking Bad, so that I can remember what happened when I return to Breaking Bad. The only thing that I remember about the last thing that we did on Chainsaw Man was that the sword man, whose name I forgot, came to Denji, and Denji was being a chair for the girl who wanted to suck his dick, and they offered him to go to the Church of Chainsaw Man, which at first he declined, and then he decided, you know what, screw it, let's go to the Church of Chainsaw Man, and that is where we left off with Chainsaw Man. There's a couple of details that I probably missed, but we'll get to that later. That's like the main crux of it all, right? Then she's gonna go to the Church of Chainsaw Man, and that is what we're probably gonna be getting at with these latest chapters. Samitaka also being one of the poster girls for Chainsaw Man. I do remember that poster girl for the Chainsaw Man Church, and there's some fiddly-daddlies about like their objective on wanting to save Chainsaw Man and killing Chainsaw Man. But again, let's we're not gonna be focusing on that. I think we're gonna be focusing more on Denji, Chainsaw Man Church, the implications of that, the philosophical and moral implication of that, and where that is going to go and propel us into the future. So that is what we are going to be doing today. Maybe. Hopefully. So, without any further ado, let me make sure. Let me move to this screen, chapter 140, and let me move to this screen on Twitch, and right. What is that? What is that? First page. What is that? What is that? Chapter 140 scales. We arrive at a building with a Chainsaw Man head on top of its. Okay. An interesting choice of decor and architectural design, I may say. What is up, everybody who just joined in on both YouTube and Twitch? The building apparently originally belonged to some cult. We're not mincing words here. We just cut straight to the point here. Yes, it belonged to a cult, but we're not a cult. We're a church. We are a different organization. We're different in our approach and our fundamental ideas. We're not a cult. We are a church. Very different. The Chainsaw Man Church absorbed the cult and took everything, building and all. Awesome, right? We vanquish evil. Right. Hey, where are those all-you-can-sleep girls? Take it easy, we'll get to that. Shortstop's gonna give you the tour first. By the gods, Bro Benny has returned. Bro Benny has returned. I'll be your guide. Your guide, Nobana Higashiyama. I'm not gonna call you Nobana. I'm just gonna call you Bro Benny. I'll call him Nobana. Okay. A lot of students. From the looks of it, from their uniforms. Dude, it's almost all students. Good eye. You see, the Chainsaw Man Church is run by a body of students rather than adults. The adults' mental faculties are diminished because of an American ultraviolet ray weapon in Japan's air. I'm sorry, what? An American ultraviolet ray weapon. Okay. That's why us students are forming the Chainsaw Man Church together. America's the freaking worst. Fujimoto, is this a commentary on... Are you for real? It's for real. Chainsaw Man's devil powers give him supervision. That's how he discovered it. They're really, for real, dangerous. America, and adults both. Interesting. What's that room? That's the Chainsaw Man wedding. What is this? What is this? What is this? What am I looking at? What is this? The altar is Denji. If you're gonna go get married, you're gonna be essentially eye level on his crotch area. That's what I'm getting at here. This is some weird shit here. A Chainsaw Man wedding chapel? That's right. In the next room over, Denji, you'll have sex with a girl. Oh, I will. I kind of doubt that. Depends on whom's. We are. Oh my god! I just realized the chainsaw in like the edges of the seating area. Like, I just realized that. That is amazing. So in the next room over, Denji, you'll do the deed with the girl, a girl. We don't know who. It could be anybody at this point, right? Oh, I will. Yeah, and then you'll marry her in the chapel, and after that, you'll join the Chainsaw Man Church. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna read any further than that, but are they implying that in order to be a part of the Chainsaw Man Church, you need to have sex and be married first? Is that what I'm getting at? Huh? Say what? I'm not gonna marry her. What the hell are you talking about? Huh? What? Wait. What? Gotta be a good guide. And in the Chainsaw Man Church, we encourage marriage. Ah, I see. This is Fujimoto's way of trying to tackle Japan's declining birth rate. Getting encouraging the youth to I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there, Fujimoto. Also, yes, totally not a cult. Totally not a cult. This is a church. This is a church. This is a very this is a very real organization that has been completely legalized in the nation. Yes, of course, they're definitely not a cult. Yes. The current system of getting married after you become an adult was brought over from America. Okay, yeah, Chainsaw Man saw it for what it really is, a system for controlling Japanese people. Marrying as students and then raising the resulting children in the Chainsaw Man Church is the most natural marriage system. For real though, America's the freaking worst. uh, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is this Kobeni's brother? Yes. He has her family name. You lying sacks of crap. I want to have sex, but I don't want to get married. that's the dream, Denji. That is the dream. Why the hell not? I never found no American ultra-violent whatever either. Huh? For real? You didn't? Of course not. I mean, yeah, maybe we lie and make that embellish things a little, but it's the truth that the Chainsaw Man Church has saved a bunch of people. Does that make it okay to make crap up and force kids to get married though? So let's back up a bit. Let us back up a bit. Okay, let's back up a bit. Let's back up a couple of a couple of pages. Okay, let's back up a couple of pages. So you're telling me everybody who I'm seeing right here in this panel here, where I am seeing all of these different students walking about. So you're telling me that all of them have done the initiation and the prerequisites into becoming a church member. Not a cult, a church member. Very different. It is a complete a distinguished fact that this is a church and not a cult. I mean, they said so themselves. It belonged to a church originally, but they overtook the building and all, and they vanquished evil, so they must be good. They must be good. I mean, Fami gave them the seal of approval, and Asa is kind of, being the poster girl for the church, so obviously they're good, right? Obviously, right? Does that make it okay to make crap up and force kids to get married, though? You're a kid too, you piece of trash. You came with me with a second of thought. Without a second of... What? I thought this through logically and... Well, I am being logical too, man. If we save 100 people, it's no big deal if one person gets screwed in the process, right? There's something wrong about that sentence. Like save 1 billion but sacrifice 100 million. Like statistically speaking, don't fight. I can't guide you like that. Hey, our next stop is a fun one. It's called the Chainsaw Man bathroom, and who is this? Who is this? That'll do, Nobana. Go on back to your usual duties. Yes, 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 sir. And off he goes. Hey, I brought him like you said. Talk some sense into this idiot for me, will you? Who is this supposed to be? There are some characters in the back of my mind, but I'm gonna save it, and I'm just gonna let Fujimoto reveal it to me. I don't wanna say anything. Uh-huh. Hey there, long time no see, or so I'm told. So you're told. So you don't even know. You just got told about that. But since neither of us remember each other, put her there. I'm Barum. Why did you do that? But sure. What did you do that for? I'll have you a butt munch. Fine by me. He's even crying tears of joy. If you did, Chainsaw Man. If you did, Chainsaw Man might come to save me. Ugh. I do love how Denji just has had enough of this. Like, yeah, he kind of accepted to go to this church, but once he arrived at the church, he's like, what is this? Where's the sex, man? I was promised pussy. Where is it? Why do I have to go to these steps and rules that I have to get married and all that stuff? Like, bro, you promised me sex. Where is it? I am done. That's basically Denji right now. He's like done. He is so done. I wonder why he hasn't been fighting devils lately. It's quite the mystery. Hey, what do you think would bring Chainsaw Man back? Like I care. What are we to do? Would he come back if a big bad devil tore up Tokyo? Are you suggesting that you are able to do such a thing? Tokyo will be fine even without Chainsaw Man. It has devil hunters. Plus there's Asa. Oh, you know Asa? Are you friends? Shut up. Well, I guess she's even been on TV lately. A cute, dumb girl is a good catch. See, you kind of lost me there when you said dumb girl. Like at that point, you kind of lost me there. Like I lost many respects for you. Like my interest just dropped completely. Like you just really okay. Does that mean killing Asa Mitaka will bring back Chainsaw Man? What are you picture weighing the following on a pair of scale? A pair of scales, you say? A scale of justice? On the right side, place. Friends, family, a peaceful, wonderful, everyday life. Your pet, cat and dogs. And on the left side, just one thing. The starter that transforms you into Chainsaw Man. Which side is heavier? Interesting. Interesting. The right answer should be right and not the left side, obviously. If Denji wants to think selflessly and not be selfish, then, well, yeah, then the probable correct answer would be the right side. But the left side also protects the right side, and that is where the balance comes in. And off he goes. I'm out of this crazy place. Love seeing you, Chainsaw Man. Enjoy your normal life while you can. We're totally not gonna follow you around and wreak havoc to your life and ruin every day and torture you and force you to come out as Chainsaw Man and thus breaking your promise with Squid Dude and all that. But enjoy your normal life while you can. It's not a threat. Totally not a threat at all. Totally not a threat at all. The name Barra means scale in French. Yeah, not only is that interesting, but it is very deliberate. Alright, let's move on to chapter 141. Normal Life Plus. Oh, get more stuff with. Alright, okay. Excuse me. All of the Chainsaw Man merchandise. Okay, a devil shows up. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Right. Which is the quote unquote right decision, right? To enjoy the normal life, as they say, right? And he's not gonna be Chainsaw Man. He did feel kind of happy that he wanted to do it, but then he said, nah. Realization, right? Nah, I can't. I really want to. I really want to pull this. Snaps back to reality. Facial expression goes back to, I guess, normal. I guess, currently speaking, like, this is Denji's normal state of mind, right? Where he's just like, Very cheeky, Fujimoto, putting your name in the back here. I see you. Everyday life. Enjoy it while you can. Eat lunch, watch TV, take a bath, brush your teeth. Your pets, cats and dogs. How did they know? How did they know? That's the question, though. The dogs, okay, yeah, but the cat? How did he know? Nayuta sleeping peacefully, quietly. Obviously, Denji cares for her, and he wants to protect her no matter what. That's why he's looking back at her when he's standing up, and then he looks at the Chainsaw Man poster, the person that he is, but he cannot be, at least for the current time. Can't sleep. Hey, what's gonna happen to me from here on out? After I graduate and get a job, will I be happier than I am now? Are you unhappy, Denji? I don't know. Oh, is he trying to grab him for a hug? You're hopeless, little Denji. I'll stay with you for the rest of your life. Then you'll be happy too, right? 'Cause I'm just that cute. This is such a wholesome and sweet chapter, man. It really is. Denji looks back at Nayuta, comes back sleeping. The callbacks to like the end of part 1 as well. Also foreshadowing. I'll stay with you for the rest of your life. How long is that gonna last? Fujimoto? How long are you gonna keep the both of them together, huh? How long until you separate them and turn them against each other and have them fight to the death? I'm watching you, Fujimoto. That's kind of what happened to almost every single one of your stories, man. Oh, look at these two people. They're gonna be best friends. End of their story. They're fighting each other. How long is this gonna last? Kind of worried. They're putting all of these sweet stuff here so that it'll sting more in the future. Well, here's a place that we have not seen in a while. The burger joint. Sharky volume, look back, is on the bookshelf. Wait, it is? Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Oh yeah! Good find. Tomorrow is the Chainsaw Man Church's day of worship. The followers won't hunt any devils that appear, but the civilian and public safety devil hunters will come crawling out like cockroaches if we keep killing them. Chainsaw Man's sense of justice will brim over, and he'll arrive to defeat the devils. I hope he comes. Hey, why go this far to draw Chainsaw Man out? Tell me too. And who is this? Hello? Tomorrow, we are weapons. Discard all other thoughts. I'm a human. Let me think for myself. He's right. We are humans. We're also weapons. And devils too. Do you know what these 3 things have in common? Pray tell. They're all hard to spell. Wrong. Humans, weapons, and devils were all born to kill. And that's why God will forgive us no matter how many people we kill tomorrow. Enjoy those sweet happy lives, you say, Definitely not a threat. Definitely not a threat. So this is interesting. So I do sense that there is a difference in terms of like how people see the Church of Chainsaw Man. Like these four, they know what's up. They are using the Church of Chainsaw Man as a means for them to, go out on a killing spree. And their main objective is, of course, to draw out Chainsaw Man, and they're going to do whatever it takes to do so. And that's why they're saying the followers won't hunt any devils that appear. Because the followers, I'm pretty sure, they don't really know what these four are really thinking about, right? The followers are just, I guess, quote-unquote, innocents in this sense, right? They're just a really big fan of Chainsaw Man. They just want to join the church because they're really fanatics about Chainsaw Man, and they want to worship him as a god and such, and maybe the prospect of having sex kind of draw them in, but I don't think they know about these four's, like main objective here in terms of like what they're doing. That's why they set out like, yeah, tomorrow none of the followers are going to be appearing, so we're good to go. That's like kind of what I'm feeling in regards to like what is going on in the Church of Chainsaw Man. Oh yeah, we totally know that they are weapons from the final fight of part 1. Like that's pretty much established in the previous part that we watched, that I read, chapter 139, right? When Swordman talked about like, yeah, there's a bunch of other weapons and such, and that kind of insinuates like the hybrid that we saw from the end of part 1. So I don't remember none of them, but this was 141, let us continue on with 142. Denji Fan Club. Clothing and food. An amusement park. Any references? I don't think so. We cut to black. Interesting. Nayuta having the time of her life, just playing around as a police lady, by the way, right? Sense of justice, again, thematically. So you didn't join the Chainsaw Man Church after all. Relax, I'm not turning into Chainsaw Man ever again. That's a shame. What are you wearing? I mean, that's fine. I'm saluting Fujimoto, thank you for the fan service. Turning into Chainsaw Man must feel really good. All the recognition and respect. I imagine you get to experience thrills as ordinary people can never get a taste of. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, Yeah, no kidding. I'd rather die than get watched in the bathroom like Chainsaw Man. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? The I would rather die thing is kind of a death flag, but what do you mean then get watched in the bathroom like Chainsaw Man? What do you mean by that? Elaborate? So, say what? I'm being watched even in the bathroom? Oops. Huh? I wasn't supposed to tell you that. Pretend you never heard that. Are you for real? That's totally vile. I jerk off in there. Oh jeez, I've really done it now. I'm gonna get in trouble again. Seriously, you guys are the lowest of the low, man. I'm gonna get yelled at. I sure feel low. Touching my wiener, watching me in the bathroom. You're a total stalker. I wouldn't want to touch you. Who would not want to touch Chainsaw Man's wiener? I'm not a stalker. I'm your fan. Call me a fan. Yes. This is very different. Not a cult, but a church. Not a stalker, but a fan. Very distinct distinctions. My fan? Not a chance. All the women who come on to me hate my guts. Well, sure, I do hate you a tiny bit too. I mean, not all women who come on to you hate your guts, Denji. Like, well, at least some of them started as that, but you know, some of them also develop and learn of who you are, and they come to accept you, and you know. Himeno didn't hate your guts, though she did almost sexually assaulted you when she was drunk, but we're just gonna ignore that. Chainsaw Man didn't save my mom and dad. It always comes back to that, huh? It always comes back to, I hate Chainsaw Man because Chainsaw Man didn't save this and that, because Chainsaw Man didn't do this and that, because Chainsaw Man wasn't there when I needed them. It's not like Chainsaw Man is like Superman that can fly over and be everywhere at once. No, Chainsaw Man is just Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is just Denji. And I guess this is coming from like the fanatical side of thing, right? When you are such a fan of somebody, when you are such a fanatic of somebody, and then when that somebody didn't do what you wanted to do, you feel very much betrayed. Like, how could you do that? I am your biggest fan. I saw you do all of these amazing things, and you didn't do that for me? I'm your biggest fan. The town where Chainsaw Man fought the Gun Fiend. I lived there with my it all comes down to the Gun Fiend. It always goes back to the Gun Fiend. We just sat down for dinner when our house was destroyed. When I managed to crawl out of the rubble, Chainsaw Man and the Gun Fiend were there, fighting right before my eyes. I shouted to Chainsaw Man, begged him to rescue my mom and dad, but my voice got drowned out by chainsaw sounds. Chainsaw Man didn't even notice me. A part of me wants to go back to that chapter and see, like, the amount of people that Aki killed. Like, if I could pinpoint, like, which one of them could potentially be her mom and dad. Could also be, like, No, I was about to say, like, it could be, like, the very first innocent people that Aki shoot at, but I don't know. Could be just a random passerby. Did your mom and dad survive? Denji. Well, I was about to say that she said that Chainsaw Man did not save her mom and dad, so I don't know. Like the wording, her mom and dad may as well be may as well be alive. It's just that the way she worded it, Chainsaw Man just didn't come to the rescue. Does that make sense? I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Did your mom and dad survive? They died. But you don't need to worry about that. Reason being, I don't see Chainsaw Man as a superhero or a god or any of that. Okay. When Chainsaw Man turned back into a human, That day, I was watching. You were crying, right? When I saw it, I realized for the first time that the one who's been fighting all this time, all the devils kill him over and over again, was just a kid. That was the moment I made up my mind. To save him. I'm a huge fan, Denji Senpai. Not a Chainsaw Man fan. A Denji Senpai fan. That's... Curious in how Denji's going to respond. If we are gearing up for a joke, then Denji's gonna go, that's great! That's all I ever wanted! If we're going for a more serious and somber tone, then Denji's gonna go, that's cool, I guess. And everybody's here. Me? I'm a Chainsaw Man fan. Man, Japan's Public Safety Commission is impressive. There was no walk in the park making it here without getting spotted, let me tell you. What do you want? Of course, you gotta be cool, light up a cigarette. Staple of the Chainsaw Man world, right? Check it out. Proof of my fandom. My Chainsaw Man lighter. You know, there's something in the back of my mind here, but is Fujimoto making a meta commentary on the Chainsaw Man fandom as a whole? I'm not sure yet. I want to see where this goes. I want to see where this is gonna go. I would not be surprised if Fujimoto is just being a genius and just, I made fun of you. I made fun of you, and you didn't even notice. Will you listen to my fan requests? Personally, I want to see Chainsaw. Oh my god, he totally is. He totally is. Fujimoto is totally is. Where's Chainsaw Man? Where is he? All I see is Arasami Taka in this part 2, man. Like, where is he? Where's the fighting, man? Where's the fighting? It's all talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Like where's the fighting, man? Where's the action? We haven't had an action scene in a long time, man. Where is it? Where's the action? I want to see him carving up devils with his chainsaws, getting covered in gore, suffering and struggling and getting killed, and despite it all, returning to life and getting back up again. Chainsaw Man dream. Moments from now, there will be a devil attack on this building's first floor. Just a hunch. And if I had to guess, the folks down there will soon be shouting, "Save us, Chainsaw Man!" Not the children! Not the children! Wonder if there's anything that I could spot here. Children. Bunch of people just playing. Two girls just ordering some snacks. Also, they're in the food court, like... Sure, the food court, you know, the place where you get all of your food and all your delicacies, you know, like... Itadakimasu! Time to feast on all of these... prey, if you will. Also, food court, the famine devil. I mean, I don't really need to make a connection there, but I feel like Fujimoto is purposely showing the difference in depth of their appreciation of Chainsaw Man and Denji. Fumiko genuinely appreciates Denji as a person, while Barem only likes him for the chaos of Chainsaw Man himself. I fully agree. And I think that can also be applied to the Chainsaw Man fandom. Like let's be real here. There's two sides of the fandom here, right? There's two sides of the fandom. There's the side of the fandom that is here for the blood and the gore and the action and all the mayhem and the chaos, which, yes, they are great. But there's also the fandom that is here for, like, the story, the characters, the motivations, the dialogue, the character arcs, the development, and all that stuff, you know, like the human side of things. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Because Fujimoto is kind of making a commentary on that as well. And again, that's just like my own perception of this. Like, Fujimoto could may as well just not be thinking about that, but subconsciously it is like how I see it here. And to be fair, Fujimoto also did kind of play on this on this meta idea about, like, concerning the fandom before Chainsaw Man Part 2 even came out, right? When he was when he did that little one shot that I forgot the name of, just listen to the song, right? Where it's also kind of a commentary on, like, people over analyzing everything at the same time, when in reality it's just like, hey man, the sky is blue because the sky is blue, you know, like there's no meaning at all here. It's blue because it's blue. It's some really interesting stuff, man. It really is. I was not expecting going from discussing the church and the possibility of, well, I mean, it does. Actually, it does. It makes more sense. The church symbolizing the fanaticism and how we perceive these characters, these, I guess, concepts as deities, as gods, and then through those people, there are the people that sees it differently, just like in religion. That's why sometimes in religion, even though I don't really want to talk about religion, I want to keep religion and politics away from this, but in this sense, with almost every religion, there's always, like, different, I guess, sectors or different beliefs in that same religion. Like Christianity, like, you have Catholicism, and then you have Protestants, and then even then, on those two, like, it diverges even more. Like, there's the Orthodox, and then there's the Lutherans, and then all that stuff. Like, everybody has their own different ideas and their own different perspective on the thing that they idolize and what they worship, to the point where we're worshiping the same thing here, but we don't see eye to eye because we don't agree on why we are worshiping this thing. And I find that interesting, because that is exactly what Fujimoto is doing with these two characters. And I'm kind of excited to see where this is going to go next. And I'm kind of hoping that we're going to be exploring this a bit further on within the story of Chainsaw Man. Alright, that was 142. And now, the chapter that was just released today, chapter 143. And this will be the final chapter of this stream. Alright. Rawr. Okay. Listen up, children. Our orders are to make the humans scream as loudly as possible as we kill them. We'll target women and children. Higher voices, better screams. My suggestion? Go for the limbs. Makes the sense of loss immediately visible. Oh! When he's saying, listen up, children, he's talking to these two. I thought he was talking to like the actual children who are like in the food court and in the vicinity. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. Limbs? Did you just call me a child? I'll be 8. $82. Show some respect. An old hag? I'm no old hag. Far from it. I am eternally young and tough as nails. I'll never die. I'm a superior human specimen. I believe I was chosen by God. Fair enough. Fair enough. No elaboration needed. Fair enough. You're an 82-year-old who looks like she's still in your early 20s. Sure. Fair enough. That'd make our imminent murder spree a message from God. I like the way you think. Sounds like a true believer. Let's wrap up the cigarettes. The operation begins at 5 on the dot. Bro, you were the only one smoking. Tick, 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 tick. Boy falls. This is a message from God. Yeah, a message from God. I'm a weapon. I'm only loaning out my body for a little bit is all. He as she snaps her fingers. Public safety. Wait a minute. 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 I was about to say public safety came in quick, but this is a girl wielding swords with apparently an eye patch and hair that is white or blonde, depending on how you see it. No. No. No, 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 no. If it is who I think it is, I am going to flip out. If it is who I think it is, I am going to flip out. There's only one character who can do all of this shit in a matter of milliseconds. And she starts with a Q. Swordman coming in. Uh-huh. let me drink some more. I'm savoring it. I'm savoring it. I'm looking at the beauty that is on full display. The elegance of her form, the obvious prominence of those curves, the gracefulness of her swings, and okay. She's the one who said "rar." She was the one who said it. And of course, the hiding, like, hiding the neck here, like, for obvious reasons. Target suppression confirmed. Prepare to send Special Division 7 20 minutes after the media coverage. I need to see the man himself. I need to see the man himself. Where is he? This just in. Multiple gunmen opened fire inside a department store today. The shooters were Chainsaw Man church followers. The death toll is unconfirmed at this time. However, the police and the National Devil Extermination Public Safety Commission have announced their plan to take swift action in response to the emerging possibility of Chainsaw Man church terrorist activities. Now they're gonna see that it's those church members, man. It's those church members. It's Chainsaw Man's fault. It is Chainsaw Man's fault. We're gonna blame Chainsaw Man because of this. They searched the building. They find the weapons in the basement. We could be charged with treason. Weapons? No one ever told me we had any weapons? What the hell is going on? Oh, the fucking student council president. Gather all combat trained followers outside the prayer room. Explain what's going on here. I don't know a thing. Never heard a word about it. And neither did you, right? Founder? How the F did he... If he is the founder, like, where did he get the resources to build this? How did he get the resources to build that massive Chainsaw Man statue at the top of the building, man? What? I feel like there's some logistics here that I need some explanations. No, that's the end. That's no, that's the end. No, this is too short. No, 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 no. There's more. There has to be no. At least I got this. I'm almost tempted to use this as my thumbnail, but it's kind of a big spoiler of I can't. I want to. I can't. It's kind of a spoiler, like if people haven't read this chapter before, they're I don't want to spoil them that the fact that Quang Chi's returns. So I gotta choose something else. Probably the shot of like the Chainsaw Man building, like that's just like very prominent. And people said Fujimoto forgot about the hybrids. Just let the man cook. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Fami is 100% doing some like 5-head shit going on. Like Fami is like 5 steps ahead of us. Like we have no idea what she knows because all of the people that apparently is following her also don't know her plan. Like everybody's playing checkers. Fami is playing chess. Like we don't really know what she's up to, but she is definitely pulling many strings. Right? She is the reason why a lot of this is happening, right? In many ways, right? From pushing the agenda so that Denji comes to the to the Chainsaw Man Church, from also giving the idea to Asa and Yoru about like, hey, like you want to kill Chainsaw Man, right? But you also want to save Chainsaw Man, right? Like there's 2 Chainsaw Mans, like if you just join the Chainsaw Man Church, we can kind of help you and figure it all out if you want to. Wink, wink. So yeah, she knows a lot more than we don't, a lot more than the characters do. And I don't think she knows that. Actually, I don't know. Would Fami anticipate this? Would Fami anticipate that public safety is gonna come in and I mean, she has to, right? I mean, like, duh, like. I love that it's called the Chainsaw Man Church terrorist activities. Like, they're terrorists now. Like, forget about them being a cult. They are a terrorist group now. They are a group of terrorists. We don't deal with terrorists. Oh, dude. The fact that they are now being called the Chainsaw Man Church terrorists, and just a couple of chapters ago, they were talking about, like, yeah, America's the worst. America, such a piece of shit nation, man. They're the worst. Like, the absolute irony. Fujimoto has pretty much established this. Like, Fujimoto knows what he's doing with these plot lines, man. He knows. He absolutely knows what he's doing. Jesus. So can we assume Reze and Katana are also with public safety? I don't know. We can safely assume that they are alive and well. That is for sure, because if some of the, I guess, lesser known hybrids from part one are here and they are playing a major role, then it is not out of the realm of possibility that Reze and everybody else that we know that our hybrids are also kicking alive and well, right? I mean, hell, we just saw Guangxi coming in, right? So Reze is, I am 100% certain that Reze is somewhere in the world of Chainsaw Man right now, but we just haven't really gotten the time to actually reveal her yet. I don't think that she would probably be in public safety, but I don't know. I don't think she would be unless somebody like has a good idea or has a leash on her, or a leash of, you know, if somebody could convince her to join public safety. I don't know, because with Guangxi it's like more logical why she would be in public safety, right? I mean, there's Kishibe, there's like one, there's like, that is like one of the major I'm gonna turn off the Twitch stream, by the way. So if you're on Twitch, head on over back to YouTube. So thank you for watching if you are on Twitch. All right. So what I was saying before, in regards to like Guangxi, like it's, you can kind of make assumptions and you can kind of connect the dots and like make really logical conclusions as to why she joins public safety. But when it comes to like Reze, she's like, she doesn't really belong anywhere. Like she was just there. Even in part one, it was just like coincidence that she met Denji and got roped into all of this situation and all. So unless there's somebody in public safety that, I mean, I guess Kishibe fits the role, but what I was trying to say is that if there's a person in public safety that has the same level of charisma that Makima has, who is able to control these people, but in this case give them the freedom to not be like fully in, you know, not be fully shackled by Makima's chains and all, and they're practically like zombies. But I don't know. I don't think she would be, but I would not be surprised if she was. I cannot believe that actually makes sense. If Fujimoto decided to do a Suicide Squad type thing in Chainsaw Man, like, hey, yeah, remember all of the villains that we met in part one? Yeah, they're part of the group now. They're part of the good guys, but they're also the Suicide Squad. So I cannot. I hate that it makes sense. I hate that it makes sense. Even though Fami is orchestrating all of these plot events, I still don't believe she's an actual antagonist. I think she's still on our side in the long run, but the things she's doing seem evil. Well, that's the thing, though. I agree with that. I do think that for this part of Chainsaw Man, part 2 of Chainsaw Man, or this continuing arc of Chainsaw Man, Fami is being painted as, like, the antagonist. The obstacle, if you will. You know, like, if you don't want to call her an antagonist or a villain, call her the obstacle. She is currently the obstacle for our main protagonist, our main characters to overcome, right? She has her own agendas, she has her own plans, but keep in mind, she also, if I remember correctly, wants to stop the apocalypse. That is the bigger picture, right? That is the main event, that is the end game. The apocalypse is the end game. That will be our final confrontation. At least structurally and narratively speaking, if Chainsaw Man is following that set of formula, then yeah, we're setting that up. Because we still have no idea completely on Fami's objective. It's just that she is orchestrating a lot of things, and a lot of those things ends up not really being beneficial to our main characters, and that is why she's being labeled as either a villain, an antagonist, or in my case, an obstacle. what does she want with both of them? I do believe that she is probably trying to get both of Chainsaw Man and Asayoru into her side to fight the apocalypse. But it's more so that she doesn't want them to be as her equals. Like, no, 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 no. I want to control you. Same way like Makima controls all of the other hybrids and such. Because one of the biggest themes of part 2 now is justice. Justice is a big theme for part 2, right? Everybody has their own sense of justice. Fami could may as well be doing what she would consider to be justice in her own mind, right? Like what she's doing, what I'm doing is, like for the greater good. Like I'm sacrificing a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of really bad stuff, but what I'm doing will eventually, save the world. I don't want to get rid of pizza, I think that's what she said. Like, I don't want to get rid of pizza. I don't want to get rid of all these good things. They're delicious. I don't want to end the world. I want to prevent that from happening, And that's probably the biggest mystery that part 2 has right now. Fami's overall intent. I personally think public safety are some of the semi-final bad guys, at least the heads of the organization. Remember that they are the reason Makima turned out the way she did. I don't know. Yes, but no. I would say the head of the organizations could be like a potential antagonist, but not the entirety of the Bureau as a whole. Like the entirety of public safety as a whole. Nah. Unless if this is going if this is going from bad to worse at like this current situation that I'm looking at right now, like if this goes from bad to worse, right? They are painting the Chainsaw Man Church as a terrorist group of and all that stuff, and they are probably gonna tie that back into like Chainsaw Man himself, like, oh, Chainsaw Man's probably the bad guy, like then they are obviously an obstacle. Then they are obviously an antagonist for Denji in that regard, right? They are trying to take him off because they believe that Chainsaw Man is responsible for all of this. And in that sense, that makes a lot of sense. Yoshida and Kwang Shi gonna be an interesting interaction being on the same side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Asa needs to get away from the church now that they are being painted as the bad guys. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I wonder how Yoru is going to take advantage of this. Because obviously Yoru wants to find weapons, and sure enough, there are groups of people that self-proclaims themselves as weapons. Yeah, exactly. Grizzle Boy. Yeah. I mean, that's also like stereotypical bad guys. Like, hey, yeah, the CEOs of this company is bad and terrible. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, so I don't know. They can just be like your stereotypical bad guys, but they can also be something more than that. And if they are more than that, then I would be happy to see that happening. Like maybe they had a deal with a different devil. Like Who knows? Who knows? Like, the possibility is still very much open for Fujimoto to explore more. You know, like, it is his story. Obviously, some of it he probably knows, like, the plan for the future and such. But yeah, Yoru could take over the church. That is also a possibility. I mean, like, a lot of these things are logical. It's just a matter of, is it doable? You know, it's like, yeah, sure, she can do that if she wants to, but like, in context and on the grand scheme of things, is it really worth it? Or is there another way for her to do so? You know, and I don't know. I don't know. It is pretty cliche for them to be major villains, but I'd expect something like they were being manipulated all along or something like that. Yeah, I mean, that's also kind of a cliche. I don't know. Chainsaw Man has a lot of cliches. Like, let us not just beat around the bush. You know, like, Makima is a cliche. Let's not just pretend that she's this really creative character. No, she's a really great character. I love her character, but let us not pretend that she is not a cliche of a character. Like, Savior comes in, saves our main protagonist, teaches him the ways. Turns out she is manipulating our protagonist, and she's actually the bad guy the whole time. Like, cliche. And even and speaking of Makima, you know, I am still wondering, like, how Nayuta is going to fit into all of this. Like, what is her final role in the story, or at least in part 2? Because in the previous chapter we got this really wholesome moment between between Genji and Nayuta, and at that moment, at that exact moment, I felt like Nayuta is an anchor for Denji. Like, Denji was pretty lost at that moment, right? He was looking at Nayuta, he was looking at the Chainsaw Man poster and all that stuff, and he's thinking about, like, hey, I could turn into Chainsaw Man, but I can't because of a lot of factors and such, and he wasn't sure, like, who he is as a person. But then Nayuta comes in and say, Denji, if you're feeling bad, don't worry, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna stay with you no matter what, and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy because I'm gonna be here with you forever. And it goes to show that Nayuta is content that Denji is Denji and not Chainsaw Man. Because Denji is Denji at that moment, and Nayuta is referring to Denji as Denji. It was that really quiet moment that I really enjoyed. And sure, you can say that Nayuta was kind of half asleep, so she may be talking in her sleep, maybe she's not really thinking well, but it was a really sweet and wholesome moment. But I'm still not sure, like, how Nayuta is going to fit into all of this. In terms of, like, what is her major role? Aside from that, of course, like how is she gonna tie in with all of the other horsemen of the apocalypse? How is she going to tie in with all of the other devils? You know, like, what is she gonna do with them? Obviously, she is a major she is an ace, right? She is an ace up our protagonist's sleeve. You know, if shit goes down, if everything suddenly falls apart and stuff, Nayuta can come in, technically speaking, and just use her control powers the same way as Makima does, because as we all know, Makima's powers are kind of very overpowered, but in the hands of Nayuta, who can use it for good, quote unquote, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, things are falling apart, Nayuta comes in, saves the day, we'll live another day. Do you think Komini is part of the raid on the church to get her brother back? it would be fun to see Kobeni fight her brother. Like it would be fun to see like the the interaction between them. It's just gonna be both of them like screaming like like I don't know. I don't know. But the fact that we are being introduced um to Brobeny again does kind of make me feel like we might be seeing Kobeni again very soon. Maybe it's also because like Kwang Shi is like here, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we're pulling up the big guns. We're pulling up all of the major characters that we met and that we love in the previous part. So I don't know. Maybe it is a good opportunity or a good way to reintroduce all of these characters again. And the Chainsaw Man Church being as a really tall building is kind of like a good setting, a good place for like a massive raid. The Nostradamus prophecy says that before and after Mars or war shall reign as chance will have it. This reads to me like you will reap the benefits of someone else's miscalculation. Technically what they're about to do here, as they are about to raid the Chainsaw Man Church, if it's kind of a war, if you will. Like you can kind of see this as a battle, like a declaration of war between public safety and the Church of Chainsaw Man. And obviously the Church of Chainsaw Man, the members of the Church of Chainsaw Man isn't just the people that we know. Obviously there's a lot more than that. And obviously Chainsaw Man has his own fans outside of the Church of Chainsaw Man, so maybe there's gonna be a lot more following than that, and a lot more support for Chainsaw Man. Who knows? You know something that we haven't really talked about yet? Fake Saw Man. Like, we haven't heard from him in a long time. I've reached a point where I'm starting to believe that student council president is actually Fake Saw Man. like I'm grasping at straws here. Like I have no idea who he is. There's only one other candidate, and he's the one that apparently has a fake Chainsaw Man like cord that he said was super glued or whatever into his body. But I'm like, who is he, man? Like, who is he? We kind of get an idea of like the Justice Devil. We just never really saw like a hybrid version of the Justice Devil, right? But like, Fake Saw Man and Justice Devil sitting on the bench. They're like, they don't know who we are. Because like the more they're setting up the founder here being the student council president, I don't know, man. It's like at first it's like, haha, yeah, that's like way too obvious. There's no way. Like it's been pretty much proven that he's just a normal dweeb, a normal person. What if he's not? What if he's actually just Fake Saw Man? What if this whole time the president is actually Fake Saw Man, and we've just been gaslighted into thinking that yeah, he's not Fake Saw Man. Like there's no way. Like that's too obvious. There's no way. Like the forces don't collide to that conclusion. Like, nah, Fujimoto would never. But like, realistically speaking, there is no other candidate that fits him except my mind. Because the only look like the only major thing, there are two major things that we know about the fake Saw Man, right? Number one, he is a fan of Chainsaw Man. Well, I say fan, but more so, he is somebody who admires Chainsaw Man because he saves Chainsaw Man in hell, right? He opens the door, he defeats like the caterpillar devil or whatever, and that was the last time that we saw him. So we know that he is a good guy, in quotations, right? A good guy. But the other major thing that we know about him is he killed what was her name? Yukio? He killed essentially the person who wielded the power of the Justice Devil. Right? And that was the first time that we saw a fake Soul Man in the flesh. In the manga, right? Yukio or Yuko? I think it's Yuko, right? Okay. So for one, we can determine that Fake Saw Man is an ally of Chainsaw Man. But Fake Saw Man is also somebody who seemingly despise the idea of justice, and that can go both ways. It can be that Fake Saw Man despises justice in its entirety, or Fake Saw Man despises people who pretends to be justice. And I think it is the latter. Fake Saw Man despises people who thinks that they are justice. That is what Yuko was, right? Yuko abuses the justice system to get what she wanted, right? Out of her own selfish needs. And then she got what she deserved. She died. She was killed by Fake Saw Man. Shit, I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. Again, the only character that can fit the Fake Saw Man role right now, despite being multiple detractors, would be the student council president. I say a lot of detractors because like there's a lot of moments where I feel like there's no way. Like there's a lot of moments that kind of contradicts the idea that he is Fake Saw Man, but I don't know. Because I cannot think of any other character that can be in that position. There was that like fan theory a couple of like months ago that people thought that, you know, like the bulky dude from like the from the Devil Hunter Club is Fake Saw Man, but like we haven't seen him in ages now. So relevance? Honestly, I've convinced myself of my own personal theory. Family got Haruka to implant the Chainsaw Man trigger in his chest and is using him as a Chainsaw Man puppet to act while he's unconscious. Hmm. I'm not in. I mean, that can be a possibility. Again, like the possibility of the student council president being, again, like he is the only character that I think, logically speaking, can be like the plot twist. Like, oh, he's fake Saw Man, guys. You know, like I can see that as a narrative like surprise. But there's gonna be a lot of explanations to do. Him not knowing that he is fake Soul Man can be a thing, but yeah, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of explanations to do. He can be the Venom to Denji's Spider-Man. I guess. I guess. Because the other thing about the student council president is that we see him tailing Denji a lot, right? We see him stalking him plenty of times before major events happen. And now that we also know that he is, quote unquote, the founder of the Chainsaw Man Church, it also kind of adds more to like, you know what I mean? It's like it's all coming together, like you can tie that in and you can kind of make the idea that he is. Yeah, it's these final two lines from chapter 143. I don't know a thing, never heard a word about it. And neither did you, right, founder? They don't know much about the Chainsaw Man Church, especially the student council president, who apparently is the founder. So, how can the founder not know a lot about the Chainsaw Man Church that he founded? Supposedly. A lot of mysteries. A lot of mysteries. You thought the founder was the old guy at the end? I don't think it is, because if you look at the speech bubbles, the old guy is saying it, but you don't see like the speech bubble coming from the student council president at the very end. It's a continuation of the speech that the old guy was saying. I don't know a thing. I don't know a thing. Never heard a word about it, and neither did you, right, founder? Like that's how I read it. Because if the student council president was the one who's saying it, then there should be like the indicator that the speech bubble is coming from his mouth, and there isn't, which means that the speech bubble is a continuation of what another person is saying, and that other person being the old guy. But who is that old guy? I don't know. Maybe fake Saw Man? Just a random dude. Just a random dude. Maybe he's fake Saw Man. I don't even know, man. I'm getting drunk. I think that's it for this stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. What is the last? When is the next manga chapter coming out? Hang on, let me check. Next chapter is coming out next week. Great. Right. So next week we'll probably read it next week. We'll probably read the next chapter next week. Hopefully it's a bit longer than this one. This was pretty short. This was like only like a couple of pages long, but at least we got Kwang Shi in this. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna be picking up the pace in the next episode chapter. But yeah, really fun set of chapters. A lot of really interesting ideas at play. I love the meta commentary that Fujimoto is going for in regards to like, yeah, fandoms in general and people's perspective on like the things that they worship and the things that they care about. Yeah. Thank you all so much. See you guys next time. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already. You know the drill. And yeah. See you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.